they're kind of like a microwave fan base, right? They're like, this is in and out, right? In and out the microwave. They're going to cook with the team that's cooking. As soon as that meal's done and it's completed, they're done. They're out.
Hunter.
They're out. Like these,
Swanson's.
Patience with new fans does not exist. It does not exist. Folks, you're not going to win a championship. Like, baseball season is going to come up, and people are going to be bitching and moaning about the Giants if they go on a 4-game losing streak. You're playing 162. You're not winning a championship in June. You're not winning the championship in May. It's a process to these things. A lot of young fans, and I talk to them all the time, they're just not patient anymore. They're just not patient.
Well,
you want to blow things up.
But they also, like, the Warriors themselves were so prolific, they set unrealistic bars for themselves. Winning 73 in a regular, what'd they go? 66, 73, 66, 67 or something like that?
67, 73, 65, 58.
Okay, that's
could be wrong there. I mean, 67, 65, something like that.
How many teams in the league, any one of the, forget the 73, but any of the 60 wins would be the most that franchise has ever won.
Yeah, no doubt.
A lot of teams. So they've set unrealistic gold standards for themselves. It's just,
but
they skewed everything.
Well, the Steph stands, I should say, are not happy with the way their roster has been constructed around Steph and Curry. Now, again, when you have a high payroll like the Warriors do and you're in the tax, you can only do so many things. It's like we had the caller saying that Mike Dunleavy did nothing at the deadline. What was there? What was available at the deadline for you to get?
Yeah.
Are you just trading just to trade? Or are you trading to get something back that could help your team? If there was something there that could help your team, trust me, the Warriors were making phone calls.
So
trust me, the Warriors were active.
Let's talk about that.
There wasn't nothing there.
Well, and so your point about having the roster set with the finances and how difficult it is, Gafford was the guy that Dallas Mavericks have.
Right.
And they got him at the deadline. They gave up a first-round pick, and you had to absorb about $14 million in salary.
Exactly.
The Warriors, like, who? They're going to give up GP2 and Looney for one guy?
And pay more tax?
And another first-round pick, which they don't have right now because they gave it to Portland.
Exactly.
Right? So there's the lack of cupboard draft picks, and then there's the lack of financial flexibility to be able to offer people.
Exactly.
I don't honestly and I know you said, like, I think some fans get it. I think the majority of fans don't understand how difficult it is to make moves in the league.
That's probably my problem with some of those fans when they say, play this guy, play that guy. It's like, can you understand what's going on here? This is pro sports. These guys aren't robots. These are human beings. Human beings. And when you have a lineup, and now that we're seeing the starting lineup, they got off to a great start, right? They were 7-2 in their first 9. Now they've lost a couple games, and people want to change again in the starting lineup. They've already made 24, 25 changes to the starting lineup, whether it's because guys are injured, suspended. You've had 25 different starting lineups. You try to shake up things. There's only so much you can do with a starting lineup. Do you go back to Looney? Do you get bigger? Do you go to TJD? Do you get bigger? I have no idea. No idea. But right now with the starting lineup, you have 2 guys. And Brandon Podziemski, who's struggling with his shot, and hopefully he gets better in the offseason. But I got no problem with Podziemski. He's in a tough spot. Draymond Green, he won't shoot it even though he was a little more aggressive yesterday. He shot 9 times, shot 5 times from the three-point line. You have Andrew Wiggins. And you never know what you're going to get from Andrew Wiggins this season. What are you going to do now? Do you want to go back to Klay Thompson? I like Klay Thompson playing with CP3 off the bench. I don't want to mess that up. That's my one consistent lineup right now is when you do go to that second unit, boom, they're extending the lead, they're keeping the lead safe. But then when you get to combinations where you're playing Curry alongside GP2, Wiggins, Draymond, and TJD, or you're playing Klay with CP3 and 3 other non-scorers, that's tough to operate. Shooters aren't getting space. The lane is congested. What are you going to do in the half court? And then especially if you're giving up threes. Like, again, they give up. Minnesota shot 12 of 21 from 3 in the second half.
Yeah, they're wide open looks.
So now they're sitting at half court D. And guess what? Minnesota has the best defense in the NBA. All the metrics, all the ratings, all the numbers, they're the best. They're the best.
He set a moving screen on Kuminga late in that game yesterday. He looked like a right guard pulling. It was like, how is he allowed to do that?
Don't know. No, and then you have this other issue with the Warriors being slow, small, and older, where if you're small, you got to play fast. Whenever Don Nelson played small, we're small. I mean, I don't know how physical you can play small, but you got to quicken the pace. You got to get up and down, up and down. You got to get 100, 110 shots up in the game. Well, Minnesota, they defend very, very well, and Minnesota only takes about 82 field goals a game. Well, they're at 84. That's their type of game. The Warriors get up 92 and a half, 93 shots a game. They shot 85 times. So that tells you the pace was dictated by Minnesota. Just like Friday night, the pace was dictated by the Pacers. No pun intended. But it was dictated by them.
No,
it
you're
was.
right. So, but like there were, and I'm not crushing CP3, but he's just dribbling and dribbling and dribbling. And then you look at the guys that are out there. It's CP3, Klay, and 3 other non-shooters. Where do you think the ball's going?
That's what I'm saying.
It's going to Klay coming off of like a double screen or a staggered screen of some sort. It's too predictable. They don't have enough shooters, man. Like they need shooters. Period. They need to start there.
Yeah. How about that? They need more shooters.
I know the greatest shooting backcourt of all time needs more shooting around it, but they do. They do though.
No, I don't disagree with that. Which is why I kind of laugh at you want to say Steph stands or some fans or whatnot. Look, I understand they have a financial problem here, a financial hardship with the luxury tax in the first apron and the second apron, and what Klay may demand on the open market and what he may get. The Warriors may not be able to match that. It's a real thing. But that's why I've been telling Warrior fans all year, be careful what you wish for. You want to just usher off a 4-time chap who did lead the league in shooting last year in terms of made threes and shot 41% from 3, but apparently that's a bad year today in today's game. Whatever. I don't care. It is what it is. Now you're shooting 45% off the bench as being the primary scorer. You don't think a team's going to covet that or value that? And now if he leaves, you got one less shooter. Where are you going to find shooting? Everybody's looking for shooting. Everybody's looking for a 3-and-D guy. That's the league now. Everybody's switching on deep. Everybody's looking for 3-and-D guys. They don't just grow on trees. So you need shooters when everybody in the league's looking for shooting. And now you don't have the financial flexibility to try to go get that shooting.
I mean, do you want Chris Paul to opt in or opt out?
I don't know. I haven't even thought about the offseason yet. I'm trying to just go through the games. I'm trying to get through the last 12 and see where it goes. Because trust me, with the way the season's playing out, Shasky, we'll have plenty of time to talk all season.
No, you're right. But like, I look at this team and I'm saying to myself, so you're bringing up Klay Thompson. It's like, I would love to have Klay Thompson back, right? But I also understand at a certain price point, it makes it very prohibitive to add to that roster. And I know that right now, running this back is not good enough. Like can we all agree? And that's not an individual player thing. That's just like, we're looking at it like, come on, it's not good enough, right? So would I like Klay back? Of course I would like Klay back. Right number. And then what are the other moves around Klay that can actually be done?
Let me ask you this. Is it fair to ask Klay to take a pay cut when he looks around the roster and he sees Draymond Green and Andrew Wiggins getting $25 a year?
Well, I think that's, to me, like the number is 25 for him. Like I would match
some people
him.
Would disagree. Some people will say 20. Some people will say 15.
Whatever. Like to me,
discount.
Getting him under the max slot is important, but also because it'll free them up to get under the apron.
Right.
I don't know if he'll accept it, but if he'll go around $25 million for a multi-year deal, yeah, I'd do that in a heartbeat. I think they offer. Again, this is all conjecture. I think they offered him $24 million a year.
24, 2 for 48.
But I would not disrespect him and go below Wiggins and Draymond Green. That's what I would do. But again, I think Wiggins is gone in the offseason. And I don't even know how you get rid of him, but like I feel like he is. And I'm not sure if I want to keep Klay, Wiggins, Draymond, Steph. Like do I want CP3 to opt out and have that slot? Do I want him to opt in and I could move him? Do I want him to like sign a smaller multi-year deal? Like I don't know, man. I have so many questions.
We're gonna see
how much.
Wednesday.
Here's the other one. Go. How much is Lakeup willing to dip into the luxury tax? Yeah. What if he says, "I'll pay $75 million in luxury tax, but not $160"?
Well, then you're gonna. I don't know how you do
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. We're gonna see Orlando on Wednesday, and you're gonna see the lack of shooting. Well, we'll see. We'll get there when we get there. Let's get through Miami first. Who am I kidding here? Something I was gonna. I wanted to read this from the Comcast Business Text line. We're talking about fandom. 510. I love the Warriors, but as soon as Steph retires, I'm out. I love the Bulls with Jordan. I love the Lakers with Kobe. I couldn't care less about Chicago or LA now. Curry in today's Jordan and Kobe for me. Wow. Once he retires, it will be 2020 all over again. And I have no interest in going through that as a fan again. Take Steph out of today's roster. The Warriors are a 15-win team. Completely unwatchable, so I'm out.
Wow.
That's
someone from Oakland. 510 East Bay.
Yeah, but that's today's young fan. That's what they do. They jump shit when things get a little adverse. Things get a little tough. Let's just hop on the boat and quit and go somewhere else.
You're a Giants fan, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Did you kind of do that last year?
No, I watched every game.
You did watch. I'll give you that.
I watch every game. I watch every game. I watch all baseball.
I'm just asking.
Like when I hear I'm out, I mean like
to...
I'm total divesting, not watching, not wearing stuff anymore. Like I don't even know who the Warriors are anymore.
Yeah,
that's what I'm out means.
I mean, I wore Giants gear all season.
You didn't pull a Danny Freisinger? I need a year off.
No, no. That's for inside radio.
What did he say?
Were you on that show call?
Yeah,
you weren't on that show call? No, you weren't on that call.
Yes, I was.
You were?
Yes.
Did I argue with him?
Yes. You interrupted him. Like, that's why you're a bad fan. It was great.
Well, no, when Danny Frank goes, after...
Take me behind the scenes.
Well, we were having a show call, and he goes, I got to admit, man, like, the Warriors struggling this year, I don't mind it. I was mentally, it's just a bit a lot, and, I just needed to take a breath. I said, what? What are you talking about, dude?
I think that was one of the original Morning Roast show calls.
No, it wasn't. It was with BS&G.
Was it? See, I thought it was with us.
Because he would, no. It was with BS&G. This will be a
Then I stand down.
That was 2019. 2019, 2020 season. Yeah.
The before
No, but I said
that was when the Hegan
I said I wasn't spending a dime on the Giants.
Feel today.
I said I wasn't spending a dime on the Giants, but I still took my ass to some games.
True.
A couple people had free tickets.
So you mean divesting like a fan?
I'm not a fan of the team no more. Wow. I'm not even watching that.
Yeah.
That's what this guy's talking about. 510.
So you go be a Laker fan or something.
Is that exclusive to the NBA? Like, is that... You know what I'm saying? Like, is that exclusive to the NBA? Do we do that in the NFL?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm a DeAndre Hopkins fan.
I feel like the NBA the last few years has gotten more like I'm a player fan, not I'm a team
LeBron?
fan.
Is that
no? That's always been NBA. I tell you what, the football fan is. NFL fan.
Yeah.
The NFL fan will still root for its team, but it'll root for the demise of certain players. Like there's Niner fans who want to see Brock Purdy struggle. There's Niner fans who
the downfall is near and it's coming hard.
I'm rooting against Alex Smith.
I mean, Robinson Bruno's one of the biggest Niner fans we know, and he told us flat out on these airways, I'm rooting for the Detroit Lions. I want them to win. Like, this is not so, I mean, that's why I don't, I'm a fan. We're all fans, but some fans I just don't get. That's why when you generalize, say, the fans, what the hell with the fans? Sometimes I'm like, what the hell with not all fans, and that's not catered because there's some diehards out there that I respect, but it's the flimsy fans. It's the flip-floppers. It's the fans on social media. It's those type of fans that I cannot stand.
Yeah, but that's the loud minority.
That's who I'm talking to.
Yeah, that's a very
loud
minority.
That's who I'm talking to. You want this, you want that, you want this. We give you that, and it's not good enough. It's like, damn, what else do you want? You know what I'm saying? We only got 15 guys. You're crying and moaning about everything. Steve Kerr can't do this. Steve Kerr this. Steve Kerr that. What does he do right? You go on social media, Steve Kerr does everything wrong. God, what helped you win 4 championships? Came here, changed the system offensively, and you won 67 games. That ain't good enough? All of a sudden, he's a bad coach?
No, I just think that, it's...
Like, it is...
What happens is...
It is wild.
But, Bonte, what happens is when you get to where they are in the cycle of their dynasty... You're trending down. Everything's up for debate. This player's underperforming. That guy's overpaid. This young guy didn't come up. You drafted the wrong guy here. You're wasting money there. This coach didn't have this lineup. Like we just that's what we do.
I tell you this.
That's
right
what
now.
we do.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what. A lot of people are going to do, and it will be a topic of conversation. And I hate even going this route.
What? Where are you?
If they don't make the playoffs, the question will be, what do you do with Steph and Curry?
What do you mean?
What I mean is, what do you do with Stephen Curry?
What does that mean?
What does that mean? What do you do with Stephen Curry?
You get on both knees and pray to God that he wants to stay, and you find out who he wants to play with.
Exactly. There's going to be a conversation, and I'm already seeing it. I'm already getting texts about it. What if you trade Klay and get assets now? And Steph. And I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that. But that will be a topic of conversation this offseason if they don't make the playoffs or losing the play-in and be one and done. Right, Spinoni? You know how it works. The Lakers are struggling this year, and we're already Warrior fans. Well, what if LeBron goes to the Warriors? You know what I'm saying? It happens. But this all season, it's going to be real because of the age, because of where the team is at, and whether or not they're going to be ready to compete for a title. I'm not ready for that conversation.
Is this the most anticipated offseason for a Bay Area team? And I can't even think of the last one. The Harbaugh, when Harbaugh was going down?
Since the Giants this past offseason. I think we were eager to see what the Giants would do.
I would agree with that. But they didn't have the fervor heading into the offseason that the Warriors have. Think about this.
There's desperation in this.
Yes, what I'm saying. And you have dynastic icons whose careers are up, in terms of contracts, are up in the balance. Hey, look, I can't even envision a scenario where it's Steph and not Draymond and not Klay.
Wow. What if Klay's looking at the situation saying, well, I could play, I don't even
Well, you know what? I'll be honest. You know where my head went last night? Guys, you bring up Steph not being there. Like, you want to talk about the worst plausible scenario for Warrior fans and for the ownership? Steph demands a trade, and wherever he goes, let's just say hypothetically he goes to the Lakers to team up with LeBron, and Klay goes with him. And you're stuck with 3 more years of Draymond Green on his contract, and now he's disgruntled. And he pulls a Steven Jackson, and he's like, yeah, I got to get out of here.
Of all the guys that were linked to the Lakers, Draymond doesn't go there.
That's what I'm saying. And this is a wild hypothetical, and I'm kind of teasing or whatever, but like that is where my brain goes. Like, what if Steph? Like,
I know.
Well, he should want to go to the East if we're keeping it.
Here's the guy. Could Zion be had?
Well, not anymore. He just went 13-14. That ship is sailed,
I know.
baby.
You sure though?
That ship is sailed.
Can he just like pull Anthony Davis from New Orleans and not want to go?
My guy lost 25 pounds, and the Pelicans are primed to make a run in the Western Conference. Nobody's talking about him. Brandon Ingram's going to be shut down for a couple weeks. But Zion, but
what if he doesn't want to play in New Orleans?
I think he just wants to win.
Can a guy dream?
Guys can be stars anywhere in the NBA. This big misnomer that you have to leave a small market to be a star. Tim Duncan was a star in San Antonio. What?
He's an amazing basketball player. I don't think he was a superstar in the way that you're talking about.
San Antonio's on national TV.
No, I understand that, and people didn't watch. It was like very low-rated finals. I'm just telling you, like Kobe was T-Mac and Kobe. I'm talking about I mean more sex appeal, not basketball. Like you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
You know,
I mean, you can still be successful in small markets and win MVPs
like
and finals
Jokic
and everything.
Is a great example. He's one of the greatest players of all time. I just don't know if he resonates like that with fans.
Maybe.
Like the casuals, the ones that are set hopping the way you're describing.
Right.
I'm not sure Jokic has a clan of fans out there like that.
Jokic in a nutshell, Andre Iguodala's chasing him down at the All-Star game. He's like, I got to get you on the pod. Jokic's like, no. I got podcast-itis. I don't do that. Because it is a disease spreading like a wildfire.
Did you see
podcast-itis?
LeBron?
Yeah, podcast-itis.
Him and JJ?
And the reasons why he wanted to do a pod, which was just
why?
Do you have that?
LeBron now I'm missing it. I need to catch up. What's going on?
Oh, I got to send it to you. Oh, why? I'll send it to you, Spinoni.
He wants to teach us about basketball. That JJ Redick thinks that he can teach us about basketball. I know, JJ. Here's the other thing, JJ. Just because your son plays in some high-level AAU 10U thing, he's like, everyone needs to play man-to-man defense. JJ, I dare you to come to 3rd grade St. Brendan's B basketball practice with these little boys, and you try to explain man-to-man concepts in a 1 hour.
I think JJ Redick could do that.
In a 1 hour, once-a-week setting. I disagree with you, Bonte.
I come on, put some respect on
That's
JJ
Duke
Redick.
University, right?
I mean, I'm not going to. Come on, man.
What do you mean?
What are we going to disrespect JJ Redick? The guy played in the league for 15 years.
He's talking about AAU basketball, where you have multiple practices a week for multiple hours, and everyone's all in on basketball versus babysitting a bunch of 3rd graders who are playing because their parents signed them up and literally don't know how to dribble. Like, all I'm saying is, JJ, take a deep breath. We know you're God's gift to basketball, but just remember there are a lot of people participating in basketball and in youth sports who have no intentions of making it a career for themselves. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
There are many more people who participate in youth sports to have fun and play with their friends and for the parents to have a couple of hours of getaway time. That's all I'm getting at.
The only part of that pod I did like was when they were talking about Rondo being a good coach, but he would never want to coach. Thought that was interesting. Rajon Rondo being a head coach.
The hair. I didn't know he grew his hair out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. His son is
one of the most underrated players of the last 20 years is Rajon Rondo, by the way.
I agree. Legit point guard. Love Rajon Rondo.